Stephanie Miller and her guest. Together, the two talk Trump's potential cabinet and preview the confirmation battles that lie ahead.
Well, no, fully investigated, and I was completely cleared. And I'm so grateful for the marriage I have to this amazing woman behind me.
You've admitted that you had sex at that hotel in October 2017. You said it was consensual, isn't that correct?
Anything?
You've admitted that it was consensual, and you were still married, and you just had a child by another woman.
Again,
how do you explain your judgment?
Completely false charges against me. You fully investigated, and I was completely clear.
You have admitted that you had sex while you were married to wife 2 after you just had fathered a child by wife 3. You've admitted that. Now, if it had been a sexual assault, that would be disqualifying to be Secretary of Defense, wouldn't it?
It was a false claim then and a false claim now.
If it had been a sexual assault, that would be disqualifying to be Secretary of Defense, wouldn't it?
That was a false claim.
So you
talking about a hypothetical.
So you can't tell me whether someone who has committed a sexual assault is disqualified from being Secretary of Defense?
Senator, I know in my instance, and I'm talking about my instance only, it was a false claim.
But you acknowledge, that you cheated on your wife and that you cheated on the woman by whom you had just fathered a child. You have admitted that.
I will allow your words to speak for themselves.
You're not retracting that today. That's good.
The Hegseth hearing that's going on right now, and the fact that, like Brett Kavanaugh, you know, the FBI background check just magically omits all the women accusing him.
Mm-hmm. They didn't even interview them. They didn't even interview them.
Joni Ernst wouldn't talk to them privately. What does that tell you?
Yeah, plausible deniability.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to say, blah, blah, blah. Where are you? Oh, hang on. Yeah, you retweeted Jeff Charlotte. He said problems with Pete Hegseth ranked from very bad to way, way worse. Drunkenness, common. Incompetence, common. Corruption, common. Raving bigotry, common. Alleged rape, less common. Proposing military attack on U.S. cities to exterminate all enemies. That's a new one. I mean, he's so profoundly unqualified even before you get to all these allegations, right?
Right. And then to see the rich white old boys network, gather around him and protect him from, the woke rape allegations or whatever. It's hard to watch that hearing for me as a survivor of military sexual trauma.
Yeah.
I have a lot in common with his accuser. Yeah. So it's beyond disgusting. I don't even know what to say. I'm sure he's going to overturn the reproductive health care travel policy that, I wrote my op-ed piece about it in Washington Post that Tuberville was blocking promotions over. It's going to be horrible, and they're going to try to remake the military in their own image, to swear an oath to a man instead of the Constitution.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And speaking of Tuberville, this has been a challenge hanging on to my FCC license this week. Just him talking about Californians don't deserve any aid. I mean, Allison, it's been said over and over again how much we give, what we pay in federal taxes, how much we give to the federal government. And all of these senators from the red taker states are lecturing us and saying they're going to condition aid. And it's just, and by the way, you retweeted California Republicans flee to Mar-a-Lago as L.A. burns, and our friend Stephen Beschloss, who said this is the kind of leadership failure we should notice. Forget Trump here. These California Republicans thought it was more important to go to Florida than help in whatever way they could where the crisis is actually happening. I mean, I don't even know what to say anymore as a party. It's not just Trump. It's all the way down. They're just despicable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were hoping that it would be defeated because, the voters are the single biggest check on this issue. As Maddow said, there's no silver bullet, but here we are.
Yep. You retweeted Anonymous, who said, reminder that while Puerto Rico was devastated by a hurricane, Trump asked Miles Taylor, former DHS chief of staff, and other officials whether the U.S. could swap Greenland for Puerto Rico because, quote, Puerto Rico was dirty and the people were poor.
When Orange County was on fire, our friend Olivia Troy.
Yep. We just had her on this week. Yeah.
Had to remind him that Orange County actually voted for Trump, and that's when he sent the fire disaster.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know. Olivia's going to join us, sexy liberal DC panel. But yeah, I mean, Pence was getting on the plane, and he still hadn't, okayed disaster aid, and so Olivia had to actually physically go to the Oval Office and go, like, I mean, it's just it's. We were saying the same thing's happening. Apparently, they have to go. Oh, there's incoming Trump administration people that have loved ones in Pacific Palisades. I mean, it's. Oh my God! It's just what is happening in less than a week, Allison. It's so antithetical to America.
I wish we could keep all of our own money and just take care of ourselves.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what I keep saying. It's like, okay, then we'll stop paying federal taxes. If it would be different, Allison. It's the same as in the election. It's all disinformation. If they had even any valid points, they're all lies. As we all know here in LA, and this is what we got to spend 100% of our time now on, is knocking down one lie after another.
Yeah. It was that was kind of part of the whiplash of the election. We were looking forward to talking about Harris administration wins for the next 4 years, and now we have to. I mean,
House Republicans, especially the California delegation, facing sharp criticism after spending the weekend at Mar-a-Lago. They discussed ways to take the unprecedented approach of tying passage of relief funds for our historic wildfire disaster to raising the debt ceiling as the fires continue to burn and the death toll rises to 24 people. And as we pointed out yesterday, Trump ran up the debt more than any president ever.
Right.